You walk into a conference room, right, ready to pitch, and you've got a Mac, the client has a PC,
Oh, yeah, we've all been there.
right, and the room's display relies on some specific proprietary cable or casting protocol nobody warned you about.
Yeah, it's the worst.
So instead of, actually pitching, you spend the first 10 minutes fighting this invisible wall of mismatched tech.
It's basically the ultimate collaboration killer. We expect these spaces to be fluid, but bridging fundamentally different operating systems usually requires, like, a whole arsenal of adapters and just a lot of luck.
Welcome to today's deep dive. Our mission for you today is analyzing a system that claims to tear down that invisible wall.
Right. The HuddleCam HC-HUDDLESHARE wireless presentation solution.
Okay, let's unpack this. Does this $439 device actually cure our meeting room tech headaches, or just mutate them into something else entirely?
Well, to really understand it, you have to look at the high-level context here. It connects to a room's display via HDMI, but it offers both wired and wireless network connectivity.
Like 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, right?
Exactly. So it bypasses the usual hardware friction. Instead of relying on brute force adapters, it actively tries to eliminate the barriers to sharing information.
Yeah, the ease of access is pretty wild. You literally just walk in, scan a QR code on the dashboard display, and it pulls down their wireless media app for iOS or Android.
It acts more like a universal translator for your devices.
I've been thinking of it as a digital Swiss Army knife for the conference room.
Mhm.
I mean, it supports Apple screen mirroring, and for people who just refuse to install software, it even comes with the USB 3.0 dongle.
Right, to just force a direct connection. But what's fascinating here is the collaborative specs behind all of that.
Because mirroring one single screen is easy enough.
Exactly, but this supports up to 14 simultaneous connections.
Wait, 14 at the same time.
Yeah, up to 14.
Yeah.
And it features real-time whiteboarding and annotation. It can take in a 4K video input and rapidly compress it down to a 1080p output.
Oh, wow. So it handles the heavy lifting so there isn't massive lag.
Right, and if you pair it with a touchscreen display, it can even allow touch control of a connected PC.
So I could be tapping the main monitor at the front of the room, and it's sending those commands back to my laptop on the table,
Exactly, all in real time.
which sounds like absolute magic when it works perfectly.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Right, the user experiences.
Yes. On paper, it holds a stellar 4.7 out of 5 overall rating. You've got users like Darren G. saying it's, quote, always worth the purchase.
Which is high praise for IT hardware.
It is, but I have to push back on this a bit. Does the promise of wireless ease actually just create completely new IT headaches?
This raises an important question, especially regarding software stability. When you actually look at specific user friction points, you start to see some issues.
Right, like that user Mike P.
Yeah, Mike reported that after a few days of inactivity, the displays just completely drop off the system.
And his IT team has to physically walk down the hall to manually reboot the box. They can't even just fix it from an iPad.
Which is frustrating. And Mike also flagged that connected LAN cameras auto-delete if the program closes.
Oof. So the cache just clears out and wipes the camera from memory.
Basically, yeah. And then you have user Prasad R, who had a completely different issue. He cited a super frustrating experience waiting 10 days for his unit, only to be told the item was no longer manufactured.
Wait, really? But the product page showed 50 units currently in stock.
Exactly. A pretty glaring contradiction there.
Wow. So the presenter looks like a hero throwing their screen up seamlessly, but the IT manager is, pulling their hair out doing manual reboots. So what does this all mean?
Well, the HC HuddleShare definitely offers incredible tools for team collaboration.
Yeah, like instantly saving and distributing annotated notes without fighting with cables.
Right. But it clearly still requires some very active IT management. You have to weigh that massive convenience against potential software quirks.
Absolutely. Which brings us to a final provocative thought for you to mull over. With a device that allows 14 people to connect simultaneously and annotate a shared screen in real time, are we finally democratizing the meeting room? Or just inviting a totally new form of digital chaos?